Hi, welcome to Two Non-Yarn Stops, a podcast about the fiber arts. Admin. I'm Sabrena.
I'm Anna.
And we come to you from Central Arkansas. You please follow us on Instagram at Two Non-Yarn Snobs. You can email us at twononyarnsnobs@gmail.com. Anna will answer those.
I will.
You can find us on Ravelry as JD's Girl. That's me, Sabrena. You can find Anna as Joey's Rib.
Life update.
Oh, well, I have new glasses.
Yay.
We bought another car.
Yay.
It's only a parts car, but it drove, and I drove it home.
So that makes 20 cars for the three of you?
I think we have 5, maybe 6. I'm not sure. Cars, dogs. I can't keep track of all of those little minor details.
I have the same problem, only one of them running good right now.
Yeah. Well, we bought the second Cadillac to be a parts car for the first Cadillac, and it was just a really good deal. It had good tires on it. They are pulling the radiator out of it, and the starter and alternator, and all the parts that normally can go wrong. So we'll have them on hand, and then we're going to scrap it, and it won't be littering my driveway anymore. And that's going to be a good thing. We went on part of the Arkansas Yarn Crawl.
Mm-hmm.
We had a really good time, and we're going to show you all the goodies that we got while we were out there. We only made it to 3 stores because
Out of 8.
Out of 8, but everything in Arkansas is really, really far apart.
Really spaced out.
Really spaced out, and you wouldn't, yarn stores wouldn't make it if they were all real close together. So we decided to go south, and we went to Little Rock, and we went to Russellville, Little Rock, and Malvern. And we were out of money and out of energy, and turned around and came home. And it was a really good day, and we had a lot of fun and lots of laughs along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And this coming weekend, I am camping with 85 Cub Scouts. I stepped down as den leader this year. I have been den leader since my child was in the 1st grade. I stepped down because of just life. And I think that they forgot that I stepped down. So the first meeting that we had, the new den leader said, "Oh, can I use your book because I forgot mine?" And so I ended up doing most of the meeting, and it was fine. I'm there to help. I just don't want to be responsible for everything anymore. And then she said, "Well, and this weekend's camp out, my family already has the reservations in Branson, and we're going to Branson this weekend, and I can't get out of it." So that's okay. I only have 13 boys in my den, or in that den there's only 13 boys, and I'll be taking care of them, and it'll be fine. It is finally starting to feel like fall.
Finally.
Here in Arkansas.
Although not if you went outside right now.
Yeah, well, it's cool in the mornings, and then warm in the afternoon, and then once the sun goes down, it's cool again, kind of like living in the desert.
But we're supposed to get a lot of rain Thursday and Friday, and it's supposed to be, according to the meteorologist on Channel 7, ABC, it's supposed to be fall after that.
Well, I just saw something from Channel 5, which is out of Fort Smith. She gets Little Rock news. I get Fort Smith news because we live an hour apart, and I'm right on the edge. I'm the last little section that gets news out of Fort Smith, and she's on farther than I am, so she gets news out of Little Rock. They are saying we're going to have a freeze Friday night into Saturday morning, and maybe even Sunday morning. Well, I'll be camping with 85 Cub Scouts.
Yeah, my Little Rock news said Northwest Arkansas is getting a freeze. Not me.
Well, maybe it won't freeze here.
Where are y'all going camping?
Just here in Johnson County, we camp at the Kiwanis camp, which is just out 329 near Piney Bay.
Okay.
If anyone's familiar with the area, Piney Bay is a tribute off the Arkansas River. It's just like a lake. It's part of Lake Dardanelle. Anyway, that's all my life updates. What do you got going on?
Let's see, my life update. Yesterday was my brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mark. I haven't met you, but I love you anyway.
Tomorrow is Krista's birthday. Okay, Krista, let me explain her to y'all. You know how sometimes you adopt people as family? Sometimes.
Absolutely.
She's my kid.
Yeah.
You know, I'm old enough to be her mother, and I'm godmother to her kids, so she's my kid. Anyway, she's turning 31 tomorrow.
That's fantastic.
And
I asked her, I said, what'd you get her for her birthday? And she goes,
not
nothing.
a blessed thing.
Nothing.
I love her, but not nothing. And tomorrow I'm getting a shot in my right eye.
Aww. Boo.
I'm showing improvements, what the doctor says. So.
But the right eye is not
as bad as the left. However, when I have to get a shot, I have to keep that eye closed for 24 hours.
And so you'll be blind tomorrow.
So I'll be blind tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I still can't see very clearly. Like I have, it used to be a gray block. Now it's a white donut with kind of an opaque center. I can see color and movement, but out of my left eye. Yeah. Let's see, what else? Saturday, our local yarn shop is having a trunk show for Ramsey Yarn Company out of Mountain View.
Yes, and Mountain View is a very beautiful little town, but it is a pretty small town.
Gorgeous.
Really pretty.
They have folk music on the square every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Oh, I thought it was just on Saturday.
No, every day.
All right. So she's a small independent dyer. She has 2 pans to dye in. I feel her pain. I have not tried to open an Etsy store or do anything like that. I dye for fun, mostly, or for myself and Anna, or if I had any other close yarny friends, I'm sure I would dye for them too. So I know that she works her rear end off to get product out, because if you only have 2 dye pans, you're working hard every day. And I will not be able to make it to the trunk show because I will be camping with 85 Cub Scouts. But I think I might smuggle Anna some money.
I may try going.
Yeah, to maybe pick me up just a skein of yarn to help support her. Oh, are you done? Is that all your life updates?
I think so.
Okay. We donated.
Can't think of. Yeah, tell them about it.
We have been making hats, and I would, if anyone wants to send a hat, we would greatly appreciate it.
Matter of fact, we're going to challenge all our subscribers and viewers
to send a hat, one hat.
One hat. Even if you don't send it to us, send it to your own kid's school.
Yes, just one hat. We have been making hats for the Johnson County Youth Coalition. It is a true nonprofit organization that was set up by a Boy Scout. He is, I think, 2 or 3 years into Boy Scouts now, and he is doing this as his service project. It is a 503B. It's a true nonprofit with a board of directors, and they provide clothing and hats and coats and things to the 4 schools here in the county where I live. They did a big sort over the weekend, and they had 34 hats for 4 schools. That's not much, and not when you're talking, 500,000 kids per school, and a lot of them in need because it's a really poor county. Anna and I made hats, and we made and donated 50 hats. And we gave these to them yesterday, and they posted on the Facebook page and really appreciated them, and I'm sure the kids will too. So we're real happy with that, and if if you'd like to send a hat to help these kids out, we would appreciate that. If you just want to make a hat and donate it to your child's school, you'd be surprised how many kids are truly in need and don't have.
Yeah.
And I know that their parents can go to Walmart and get them a hat for under $5, but a lot of
But
them don't.
sometimes $5 is it's out of question.
So, anyway, we did that, and we're real happy with how much we did this year, and we're not going to stop. We're going to keep making hats and maybe some mittens, and I think they only got 4 pair of mittens donated. But they had over 1,000 shirts donated, and like 600 pairs of pants, and like 1,000 pairs of socks. So I mean, they're really doing good. They're out there really hustling, and they're getting donations from shoe stores like, you know, name brand shoe stores, and they're really working it. And I'm real proud of this little boy. He's doing a fantastic job.
That's great. That's great.
Okay, on to FOs, finished objects. Well, I don't have very many.
Well, okay, and you know, we usually start with kitchen items. Well, guess what?
I don't have any.
Neither do I. We are so off-brand right now.
We are really off. So, I only have 2 FOs.
Me too.
And Anna has 2 FOs, so this might be a short episode if we can just keep the yakking down a little bit. But we'll see.
It's going to be the acquisitions that stretch us out.
We do have quite a few acquisitions. And we have...
Actually, that's not true. I did have 4 FOs because
I took 2 hats.
2 hats went into the...
Okay, you want to show your hat first?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
This is Nancy.
This is Nancy. Nancy's hat is made out of Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn colors in the Firecracker colorway, but I made one for the Youth Coalition, so I didn't have enough to quite finish this hat, so I used some Red Heart Super Saver stripes in the Tutti Frutti colorway, which I think goes really well with the Firecracker.
It's called Fruity Stripes.
Yeah, Fruity Stripes.
Fruity Stripes.
I said Tutti Frutti, didn't I?
It matches so nice.
It goes really well.
It looks really nice. And what hat pattern is this?
That's Bago Day's Chocolate Bonbon.
Chocolate Bonbon Beanie. It's her favorite.
It's my favorite. It's even my favorite over my hat pattern.
Crystal designs beautiful patterns.
Yes, she does.
Okay, so my FO is, and maybe I can put it on. I love it. This is the Campfire Cardigan by the Make and Do crew. And I do not like long sleeves, so when I got done and it was 3/4 length sleeves, I was perfectly happy with that. Yep, there's me in my cardigan. And I have worn it a couple of times already, and I'm super happy with it. This is all just, I love this yarn in different colorways. The orange was a print, and it was a stripy yarn, and I pulled that skein and just added solids that I thought looked nice with it. And I didn't put a hood, I just did a collar, because I would never pull a hood up over my head, so why have all that weight on the back of your sweater? And I really like it, and I'm super happy it's done and I can wear it.
She had it finished, and then I was like, wait a minute, surely you got more done. And then she said, if I weave in the ends on my campfire, can I call that an FO? Yes.
Because her rules, it's not done until the ends are woven
Until it's all done. Until your buttons are sewn on, until your ends are woven in. Well, these don't take buttons, so.
Yes, and Anna has a campfire cardigan.
And I'm not putting mine on. It's too daggum hot in here.
By the Make and Do crew?
I'm not sure I'm calling it an FO. It may be an FO for now.
Yep.
Because I'm not completely satisfied.
She thinks she might want it longer.
I think I want it longer. I think I want to do something different with this collar. I don't like the way the collar is laid. But
yeah.
At any rate.
But that's okay. When you're a fiber artist, you can change things at will.
Yep. Okay, so the main body is, I love this yarn. This is wild carnation and deep sage.
Very pretty.
And I really like Hobby Lobby yarn.
Yeah.
Say what you will about Hobby Lobby. I like their yarn.
Well, and they're the closest box store tip for us. Like, there's no Michael's, there's no Joann's. They're over an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
And in a big
In
city.
either direction.
You either have to go to Little Rock or Fort Smith. And they're both big cities. Little Rock's the biggest town in Arkansas, and Fort Smith is the second largest town in Fort Smith. And
In Arkansas?
yeah.
I thought Fayetteville was bigger than Fort Smith.
No, not yet.
Wow.
Because there's so many little towns up there that all smush in together.
Yeah, they do run together.
Fort Smith is still the second
Like
largest
Chicagoland.
town. Yeah. Okay, so my second FO is this Afghan. And this is just my moth to a flame Afghan that I had all these crazy variegated yarns in my stash that I didn't know what I was going to do with them because they're so pretty in the skein, but sometimes they don't work up so nice. And I just did a granny square one day, and then I said, well, I'm going to put gray around the edge, and then I told my husband I thought it looked like a stained glass window. So what I would like to do is to have 3 Afghans done by Christmas for Jerry's immediate family, his sisters and brother. Shh, don't tell them. I don't think they watch, to tell the truth. My sister-in-law Mary, I think she always intends to watch, but then she doesn't, because she doesn't do any knitting or crochet or weaving or spinning or anything, so, you know,
Man,
whatever.
you're gonna feel bad when you get a comment that says, I do too watch.
It could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen. So, a lot of these are I love this yarn. This one's an I love this yarn. This one is that I love this yarn turquoise sky. This is an I love this yarn overdyed. This is an I love this yarn overdyed. And then this is that new Red Heart, oh, what is that called?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
It's the new Red Heart print. Like it does, it looks like it might be a Fair Isle if you knitted it, like a fake Fair Isle. Gorgeous. Hello Gorgeous.
Hello Gorgeous.
That's Hello Gorgeous. This is Hello Gorgeous. This is actually a 3-weight that I held double, and I probably chatted about this about as long as you want to hear. I did put a shell border on it, and this is an Isaac Mizrahi craft yarn with sparkle in it. And I'm happy with it. It took forever. I'm talking forever. I know I've been working on it. Not all the time.
Weeks.
No, I've been working on this months.
Okay, yeah, that's making the squares. I thought you
Yeah.
were putting it together.
Putting it together took me 2 weeks. Seriously. Seriously. Anyway, and I think that I'm going to get another
When you
tube of
work
made.
and sleep, you know, I can put an Afghan together in no time.
Yeah,
But
well.
then I don't sleep or work, so.
So anyway, that's my second FO. And now we're on to works in progress. WIPs. Okay, so we only show things that we've actually showed love to in the last couple of weeks since we podcast last. And Anna has a beautiful another campfire cardigan in fruity stripes. I really wanted some of this yarn when it was available at Walmart, but
Jerry
it's not.
bought her how many skeins? 6?
Yeah, 6 skeins, and I made it a sweater, a yoked top down cardigan with short sleeves.
And it didn't fit her.
It didn't fit.
So instead of ripping it out,
I gave it to my sister-in-law, and she wears it to church. She loves it.
anyway, Right now, I'm just doing collar and up the front and around the bottom and back up.
So
and
it might
around
very
and
well be an FO at our next
so
podcast.
It may be an FO soon. I don't know. And I paid attention to the sleeves and so I got my shoulder seams
Oh, they're
all
nice.
matching.
Yep.
My shoulder seams on the other one don't match, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Like I said, the other one is a FO for now. Anyway,
It's really pretty.
that's my only work in progress. Excuse me.
I've got a couple. So, along with this Afghan, I have been working on these squares. This is Red Heart Woodsy and chocolate, I think. It's a dark chocolatey brown. I'm not sure if it's called chocolate or it could be coffee. I don't know. Or it could just be called dark brown. Because they don't carry it at my Walmart anymore. Neither one of those colors. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough. I may have to actually break down and order off the internet. And then I did some that have a green center. And this is medium time. I don't internet shop. I don't. And then this one I put the woodsy in the middle and the medium time on the outside. And I have 60 squares made. And I need another 20 squares.
At least.
Yeah. To make it queen. This fits on the top of my queen size bed.
Okay, it fits on the top, but there's no way it would cover 2 people.
Yes, it would. Jerry and I laid down under it.
Okay, there's no way it would cover 2 people.
Okay, well, 80 squares is going to have to be big enough because that's all this woman is putting into it. So, I'm calling it the Woodsy, and we'll see how it all turns out. Because I can get the medium time at Walmart, so I'm thinking about making 20 of those, just solid green, and we'll see how we lay it out. I was kind of playing around with it with some crayons and paper earlier. Okay, and then this morning we only had 4 dogs here until after 1 o'clock. And
You got how many more in?
7. 7 came in at 2 o'clock. So we had 11, which is not a great day, but it's not a horrible day. But this morning when I was sitting here with no dogs in the building, and my yarn closet is right here, and no, I'm not going to show it to you. Not today. Maybe not ever, because I have issues.
It's a little scary.
I have issues, okay? Well, it is a little scary, but I just don't, my hoard is, I don't know, my stash, my hoard,
It's only scary to me right now because you have dye pots and
I do.
stuff like that in there.
Yeah, I do.
If it were just yarn,
yeah,
that would be a different story.
So I went in and closed my eyes and grabbed 2 Mandela cakes.
Which happen to be in the far corner.
Yeah, they are in the far corner, and I still could reach them. So, and I had been kind of toying with the idea of holding 2 strands together and making some granny squares, and this is actually turning out to be a nice fluffy granny square. And so the colors change. Like this one's got more orange in it, and then this one's way more orange. I bet that's my spouse. So while I was waiting on dogs this morning, I made 7 granny squares for the 3rd Afghan. And I am going to use the mandala, and I'm going to hold them double, and I'm not going to care how the colors fall. And it's just going to look like a super scrappy Afghan. And
what size silk are you using on that?
I'm using an eye. Because it really feels more chunky than a worsted weight yarn.
Yeah, it does.
I was kind of surprised because it's a lightweight 3. And it feels more chunky than...
It definitely feels like a heavy worsted.
Yeah, like absolutely at least a heavy worsted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm not a fan of mandala, by the way.
Neither one of us is.
And I've worked I knit socks, and I have made shawls out of fingerling weight yarn. I'm not against a lightweight yarn.
I don't like how splitty it is.
I don't like how but holding it double, I'm fine with it, other than look at all the ends.
And you're right. I want worsted or I want fingering. I don't like in between.
Yeah. So that's my only other work in progress for the last 2 weeks. And I know I said I wasn't going to start anything, but I didn't have anything here to work on, and
No.
I just couldn't sit here that
I
long.
told her.
Well, some of those whips are going to go away.
Somebody called it, didn't they?
Some of those whips are just going to go away. They're going to disappear.
They just need to get finished, because I know what you mean by disappear. She puts them in the trash. Like the last campfire cardigan that she made.
Oh, I did, and it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It didn't fit her right, so she trashed it. She could have given it to somebody else and they could have recycled the yarn, or she could have just found somebody that could wear it.
It fit fine. I didn't like the sleeves.
She could have found somebody that would wear it. Anyway.
Yep.
You got any more whips?
Nope, I don't.
Okay.
Fiber Adventures. I do have a few of these.
This includes acquisitions.
Okay. So we can do acquisitions first or Fiber Adventures first?
Do your fiber adventures.
Okay.
I don't have any fiber adventures.
I have
Except
a few.
for the yarn crawl. That was as adventurous as I get.
These are sport weight. Hold them up so they can see them. And that I dyed with cattails. How interesting is that? And then I, the one on the left, this one, I modified with iron. And it turned into this beautiful,
That is a pretty
browny
kind of grayish
green.
brown.
Yeah.
Green?
Yeah.
Kind of gray.
Kind of
Oh,
gray.
look at that kind of pink looking.
I know that came from the tie. I know. But I'll still use it. It's still
Still, I
beautiful.
like it.
Okay, and then these two, which are definitely green. This one's a little bit more yellow, and this one's more army green. I dyed with goldenrod. And then this one I modified with iron. And so I'm just starting to play with modifying things
But
with
okay,
iron.
it's funny how this one's the cattail and this one's the
Goldenrod.
goldenrod. But they look so similar.
They really do. And I'm real happy with all 4 of my natural dyeing experiments for this week. And I'm going to use this one to make a hat for my son, because this is really similar to his scout pant colors of his scout pants. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And then a friend of mine asked me to make her some fingerless mittens. And she found some on Etsy for $85. And it was like the Outlander Claire's mittens pattern.
I want some of those.
With the cable? I got
It doesn't have to have the cable.
I'll show you the
They
pattern.
can be plain.
I'll show you the pattern that I found. And I just found a free pattern on Ravelry, and she said yes, that she liked it.
Some gorgeous things.
They were $85 on Etsy, and yes, they were made out of Madeline Tosh, which was $30, I'm
Which
sure,
you
for the
can
yarn.
understand 80 some odd dollars for.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was like, what color would you like to have them in? And she said blue or green, and I'm like, that is a huge difference. Blue, there's millions of shades of blues and greens. And then she said, well, green. I would like to have green. And so I dyed 2 different shades of green. I don't know if you can see the difference because it's not a huge difference. This one is leaf green, and this one is spearmint. And these are just acid dyes, and this one's more tonal, this one's more solid. And I was going to show them to her on Monday and see which one she liked better, and she had a meeting that she had to be at, so I'm going to choose, and I'm going to use the more tonal one because there's just more interest in it. There's lighter spots and darker spots.
Okay, well, when you make mine, I want forest green.
Forest green? Like an evergreen?
Like a dark.
Okay. No problem. Because this pattern looks super simple. It just has, you do a cable that runs around the hand, and then you Kitchener it, and then you pick up stitches and leave a hole for the thumb, and it's knit and stockinette up the arm. I mean, it looks super easy. So we'll see if it is.
Sounds like it.
And that's all the dyeing I've done in the last 2 weeks. For me, it comes and goes. I'll be on a huge kick and I'll dye a whole lot. Because normally I dye on Sundays. Because Saturdays I really do things with the family and blah, 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 blah. And Sundays are downtime. So, you know, it's nothing for me to go and throw a pot on the stove and dump something into it and see how it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we went on the Arkansas yarn crawl. And we got these beautiful bags. And spent quite a bit of money.
Too much money.
Too much money. But we got some really pretty things. And so we'll show you what we got. And it's really funny because all day, I guess, I was picking up and looking at gray yarn. And Anna's like, what is it with you?
You're really attracted to gray today.
What is it with you in this gray yarn today? And I'm like, I'm just trying to find something a little masculine to make Jerry a pair of socks. Because, you know, there's a zillion pounds of sock yarn in these independent yarn stores. Because people do things with sock yarn other than just make socks. And it was really difficult to find anything that wasn't girly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you what I found for him first. And this is Madeline Tosh sock. And it is gray and black. Our lighting, it's getting dark outside, so our lighting's going to get a little wonky. Well, that looks pretty good. And the colorway is Void. And he has seen it, and I know he'll love it, but when it'll get on the needles, I'm not sure. I would like to have them for him for Christmas, but I'm not going to pressure myself like that. Okay, show us what you got.
Okay, so you got that at Arkansas Yarn Company.
Yes, I got that at Arkansas Yarn Company in Malvern.
And then I saw, I was immediately attracted to it. Hedgehog fibers. This is colorway Gossip.
It is beautiful.
I've never had hedgehog fibers before.
I haven't either.
I see fingerless knits in this.
Yeah, it'll be pretty.
But look at all of it. It's got green, speckledy green, and it's just so pretty. And speckledy blue, and there's some yellow in there, and purple. It's just gorgeous.
It is
love
really
it.
pretty.
And my bestie here bought it for me. Hedgehog fibers.
So I got this at our local yarn store, Knit Two Together. Kim Marie's Knit Knacks was having a trunk show. So, you know, if they're having a trunk show, you have to buy from that dyer, right?
Well, no, but it's the polite thing to do.
I think you do. If that dyer
I
has
love that color.
come all the way to that yarn store and you're going to spend money in that yarn store, I think you should buy from that independent dyer. Dyeing yarn is not easy.
And let's talk about Kim's trip up here. They were outside of Malvern and ran into a horrible thunderstorm. She comes from Texas. And they ran into a horrible thunderstorm, and their driver's side windshield wiper quit. So they sat for a while and played cards, and then they sat at a truck stop, and then they went to 2 part stores to get the parts to fix it, just to get up here.
So this color is called
That is
Fiji,
gorgeous.
and these will be socks for me. They're not going to be a shawl, they are going to be socks. And I got this emerald to do at least toes and heels. I'm not sure if there's enough for cuffs, because it's just a 20-gram mini, so. But I can definitely get heels and toes out of it, and I think it's going to be really, really pretty. And yes, I would like to cast this on immediately, but there's got to get some socks finished first. Besides, I'm out of sock needles. No other choice.
Gotta finish something before you can start another pair.
That's right.
Okay, so Also at Knit Two Together, I also got Kim Marie. Now, I already have a hank of this. This is called Hippie Chick. This colorway is the whole reason that Stephanie contacted her and said, I want you in my shop. It is absolutely gorgeous. I have already a hank and a shawl started in Hippie Chick with sparkle. But wow. And then this one, and it's probably going to become a shawl. And then I got a mini, and it's called Lemon. But doesn't that look highlighter yellow? But isn't that going to be gorgeous together?
It is beautiful.
Yeah. I love it. And then we got all kinds of goodies from Knit Two Together too.
Yes, we did.
We'll show those in a minute.
Okay, so then the second stop we made was at Yarn Candy in Little Rock. And I actually bought the most yarn there. But not necessarily, it was not, this was on clearance for 40% off. So I got 3 skeins of sock yarn. And this is going to be a shawl. I think I'm going to design a shawl and write out the pattern. And
I love that La Jolla.
this is called Pink Tourmaline. This is called Queen of Roses. And this is called Tequila Sunset. So I see a beautiful fade in my future. And I'm super happy. And they were 40% off. And I just couldn't pass it up. That was just like the super bargain of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It was clearance. You know I can't pass it up, right?
And there we got stitch markers with our yarn purchase. I don't know if you can see that very well, but
It's pink and sparkly.
it says Arkansas Yarn Crawl. Maybe right there. Maybe you can see that. Anyway, it says 2019 Arkansas Yarn Crawl.
And a YK for Yarn Candy.
Yeah. So, and I've been holding that this
So,
whole
a
time.
little
going,
stitch
"I wonder
marker."
where is it?" Okay, so I went picking through the same 40% off bin. And now mine are not all the same fiber, but that's okay. This one,
Bah.
Bah.
Savannah.
Colorway is Baya,
Baya.
B-A-I-A.
It's pretty, a real pretty blue. Like a robin's egg blue.
Then I have this Oink Pigments.
It's a
Targhee sock.
It's a Targhee sock.
And it's got, look at all those colors. I love it. So all of those. Then this one is Dance Rustic Silk by Dragonfly Fibers. And it's 100% silk knoll. Look at that.
And the name is Jocelyn.
And then, see, isn't that pretty?
And it's probably going to be a shawl.
It's probably going to be a shawl.
It's a pretty colors.
Yeah, I like it. And again, 40% off. And
Yeah, you just can't hardly pass that up.
no. And then I got some stitch markers while we were there. A little wooden with the state of Arkansas imprint. They're wood.
They're super cute.
Yeah.
And then it's just little goodie giveaways at our local yarn store, which is where we started the crawl at. We got a really pretty progress keeper. Is yours the same?
I don't know. Let me see here.
I don't know that you can really see it.
Yes.
So they're the same. And really beautiful. How nice is that? And then we got the cute little light bulb stitch markers.
These progress keepers are made by Eve Madrinich at Nuthatch. Nuthatch?
I don't know.
You can contact Stephanie and she can tell you.
And then I got a cute little yarn ball keychain with a ball of yarn in it.
I didn't get one.
She didn't get one. She's upset about it too. But it's a cute little keychain. So, overall, we had a lot of fun with the Arkansas Yarn Crawl.
And we got minis.
Oh, we
got
did.
a free mini with our...
We did. And mine is kind of greens and browns, and hers is kind of blues and golds. Because, oh, back here, this looks pretty correct. Back here. Yeah.
And every year on the Yarn Crawl, you get the bag.
Yes. A project bag. A nice size project bag.
And yarn stores usually have these buttons made up. Stephanie's haven't come in yet. So I told her to holler at me and I'll go pick ours up. But we got the buttons for Yarn Candy and Arkansas Yarn Company.
I'm not Yarn Candy.
Uh-oh.
Oh well.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a nice size bag.
It is.
It'd be a good project bag.
It would.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we've been up to.
You got anything else?
No. Vlogtober. We're trying to keep up with Vlogtober. But I don't know what y'all want to hear from us.
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep up with Vlogtober because I used up all my data on day 3.
She lives in the middle of nowhere.
It took 6 hours to upload a less than 9-minute video and used up all my data
Well,
for the month.
My 2-minute video took an hour to upload. My son's calling, I'm sorry.
He wants to know when supper is. What are we having for supper?
Hello, son, I'm podcasting. What? Yeah.
I meant what year?
1957, love you.
Love you, bye.
I'm sorry. Real life happens sometimes when your 9-year-old calls, you answer the phone. Anyway, until next time, have fun with your fiber adventures. Bye.
Bye.